RIT Sports Network proudly welcomes you to the Gene Policini Center on the campus of the Rochester Institute of Technology and home of the Tigers. Tonight it's the finale of this two-game Atlantic Hockey America series between the hometown Tigers and the Sacred Heart Pioneers. Last night, Tyler Mahan and the Tigers were shut out here on home ice. It's the first time RIT has been shut out in its season opener since 2015 when they were blanked 6-0 at Clarkson. Good evening and welcome to RIT Hockey Pregame Live here on the RIT Sports Network. Well, the puck dropped on the 64th season of RIT men's hockey last night, and with it brought a new era in program history as head coach Matt Thomas made his debut on the bench as the Tigers faced the preseason favorite in Atlantic Hockey America in Sacred Heart. Let's show you the highlights. Matt Thomas, just the 8th coach in RIT history, taking over for Wayne Wilson, who retired after 26 years back in April. First period, Tigers on their first power play of the night, and a great chance here to get on the board early as Christian Catalano, all alone in front, tries to stuff it in, but as we take another look, he just misses wide. Tigers had trouble staying out of the box early, and it eventually would cost them. The shot here from just inside the blue line, deflected in by Stefan Hayard. His first of the season, first collegiate goal, 1-0 Sacred Heart after one. And then things get interesting in the second. Sacred Heart penalty, so the Tigers on the man advantage. Boy, do they have some great A looks here. Christian Catalano can't stuff it in. Tigers keep it in the zone. Simon Isabel's shot is blocked. Another chance as well. How about Ajit Gundara and the SHU penalty kill? Able to keep RIT off the board and able to clear the zone. What an effort there by the Pioneers. Just under 6 minutes to go. A chance for Sacred Heart as Tristan Allen falls down, and here comes Felix Trudeau looking to put the Pios up by 2, but Jakub Kurbacek makes the stop, and RIT fortunate to still be down by just 1. Late third period, under a minute to go. 2-on-1 for Sacred Heart, but it's Kuba again, the poke check to make the stop and keep the Tigers alive. Matt Thomas would pull Kuba for the extra attacker after that, and in the final seconds, the puck squirts out of the corner right to Alex Christopoulos, but credit Reed Pavich with the block of the night. Time would run out on the Tigers, and Sacred Heart hangs on for the 1-0 victory here on opening night. So the Tigers, as we take a look, get shut out for the first time since February of last season as Sacred Heart's Ajit Gundara stopped all 22 shots he faced last night. The difference proved to be special teams as the Tigers were 0 for 4 on the man advantage, while Sacred Heart was able to convert just 1 of their 4 attempts. Of course, that was a big one and proved to be the game winner for the Pioneers. Tonight for RIT, first-year forward Camden Bazier and first-year defenseman Brock Reinhardt are in the lineup, and Coach Thomas has tinkered slightly with his lines, moving Boris Scalos up to the top line with Simon Isabel and Christian Catalano, while Tyler Mahan will be paired with Caleb Elfring and Alex Christopoulos as RIT will look to generate some offense here tonight. We have both sides of the ice covered for you, as always, with more on tonight's series finale. We begin with RIT head coach Matt Thomas, who's with our John DiTullio. Johnny?
All right, Kevin, thanks so much. And Matt, Kevin was just saying, switching, moving Mahan and Scalos, the thinking behind that, switching them from the first to the third line.
Well, a little bit of it has to do with the lack of execution last night. So for us, we're trying to find some type of chemistry. Boris plays a little bit more like Simon Isabel, so felt there might be a little bit of connection there. They showed it a little bit throughout the preseason here. And then I also like Mahan's ability to go get pucks, and I felt that Christopoulos and Elfring needed maybe a little bit more of that on their line. So I thought that was just a switch that worked within the lines.
When you look at last night's game, you look at the tape, the positives, like what stood out last night, even though you lost 1-0?
Yeah, the defensive compete. We didn't give them a whole heck of a lot, and I think that's what we're looking to do. We know we need to be a stingy team, so we got good goaltending. I thought we did a good job keeping stuff to the outside. Our D zone, our line rush against was really good. So when we're defending that way, that's what we need. So we like that. Our execution offensively was off. As we went through the game, we got a little bit better, but not nearly enough. We had way too many shots blocked, and you credit the other team, but at the end of the day, we got to make some more plays.
How do you get more grade A looks tonight?
Well, I think it's about understanding where we are. And again, for us, we're a young team, and through a lot of our lineup, especially with our forward lines, but we're also in a lot of new players in there. You know, obviously Scalos, Bremer, Christopoulos added into the freshman and the returner. So a lot of newness that takes a little bit more time. So for us, it's about holding on to that puck for an extra half second. We did things a little too quickly. So we want to be fast, but we don't want to be in a hurry. And I thought last night we were in a hurry.
How important is it, speaking of fast, to start fast tonight as opposed to last night?
Well, it's always better than starting slow. So I think we'll start. I think we'll start fast for sure. But for us, again, we know it's a 60-minute war. Yeah. So we want to win the opening face-off. We want to have the best first shift, and then we want to build from there. So fast starts help, but they're not critical in terms of the end result. But we certainly want to be someone that can get a puck past their goalie early and give us a little bit of that boost from a confidence standpoint.
And speaking of goalies, what's your message to Colin McKenzie, first-year player? He'll start tonight.
Yeah, I stay out of the goalie's ways as much as I can and let Shane Matalora deal with that. But obviously, for us, he needs to do his job. We need to do our job in front of him. And I got a thing that I kind of say with it, sweep your own doorstep, right? So we just got to take care of what we need to take care of. And if everybody does their job, a young goalie like that, he should settle in nicely.
They said last night we were too close. They're micromanaging us after just one game, buddy.
Yeah, you start to see that, right? When you got production people behind in the earpieces, but we know how to get it done. Right? We're a close group here.
Is this a Saturday night thing, no tie? Will this be the thing moving forward?
No, I'm just a little bit behind schedule. Okay. The 5 o'clock start got me off schedule a little bit.
That is head coach Matt Thomas. Good luck tonight. For a preview of Sacred Heart, send it over to my broadcasting partner, Gene Battaglia. Gino?
All right, thanks, John, with head coach C.J. Maritolo of the Pioneers. Nice game last night. Your thoughts on getting the W?
Yeah, it was a very hard-fought win. I thought it was a very entertaining game, fast-paced. I thought both teams played fast, compete was high, and I thought both goalies were tremendous last night.
You had to be happy with the amount of blocked shots your team had last night.
Yeah, very happy. Sacrifice is key if you want to win games. There's a selflessness that has to be displayed from teammate to teammate, and we had that running through our lineup last night.
So you've seen RIT one night here. What kind of adjustments might you think you're going to get from RIT here tonight?
I thought they pushed really hard in the third period, pinching their D a little bit. I thought they had the better of the play in the third, so that's something we'll keep an eye on what they're doing with their D tonight. But, I think they're a good team.
So they're switching up their goalie, the Tigers, tonight. You are not, going back to Ajit Gundaro. Your thoughts on what you saw last night, and can he be the guy that can carry you places this year?
Oh, for sure. He had an unbelievable year last year, one of the top goalies in the country. He's our backbone, and we expect him to play like he did last night every night.
Well, CJ, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
CJ Maritolo, head coach of Sacred Heart. Kevin, as we send it back to you.
All right, Gino, thank you so much. Well, RIT sophomore goaltender Jakub Kurbacek got the call in net last night and performed well in his first start of the season. Kuba stopped 24 shots, including 10 in the second period, but that number one spot at goaltender for RT still up in the air, despite a great effort by Kuba last night. As you heard, Coach Matt Thomas is going to go with his first-year netminder tonight. Number 33, Colin McKenzie, will make his first collegiate start here at RIT. McKenzie, an Ottawa native, comes to RIT after playing for the Ottawa 67s in the OHL. For Sacred Heart, CJ Maritola didn't have to think long about who he would go with here tonight. Number one, Ajit Gundara has been just spectacular for the Pioneers dating back to last season. The British Columbia native picked up his fourth career shutout last night against the Tigers. See if RIT can solve him here in the finale. Well, still to come here on Pregame Live, the RIT women's hockey team opened conference play on the road last night. We'll show you how they fared down at Robert Morris. Plus, for the first time, the Tigers now have 3 assistant coaches on staff. We'll tell you why that is and how they managed to keep it all in the family. That's coming up. But first, number 12 for RIT is Simon Isabel. The senior from the Yukon Territory has 21 career goals for RIT and is just one of the players Coach Matt Thomas and his staff are looking for big contributions from this season. The assistant captain will join our John DiTullio next as our coverage continues from the Gene Policini Center. It's RIT and Sacred Heart at 5:05. This is Pregame Live on the RIT Sports Network. here on Pregame Live. RIT looking to earn a series split tonight and a big 3 points in the standings to pull even with the Pioneers in Atlantic Hockey America. The kids ready to watch some good hockey here tonight. Elsewhere in the league, all non-conference action. Niagara goes for the sweep of Bowling Green, while Union looks for the same at Mercyhurst at the top of the hour. Canisius hosts Long Island. They won in overtime last night over the Sharks at Harbor Center. That comes up at 7. Holy Cross at Maine, while Colorado College visits Air Force, and Bentley is at Denver later on this evening. Well, time certainly does fly, as it's hard to believe that Simon Isabel is already a senior. The assistant captain has played in 109 games and has accumulated 44 points over his career, and the Tigers are looking for a lot more from him in his final year. Isabel just wrapped up warm-ups down on the ice and is with our John DiTullio. Johnny?
All right, thanks so much, Kevin, here with Simon Isabel. When you look at last night's game, despite losing, what are the positives that you and your teammates take away from last night's game?
I mean, I think we did a lot of great things. Like, we worked hard. 5-on-5, I honestly thought we were the better team. If there's something we need to do better, I think it'd be to go to the net more. Because I get it, like, sometimes it can feel brutes on the body, but that's something you got to do to score goals.
Speaking of scoring goals, how do you guys get more grade A looks tonight? What's the key?
Yeah, like I said, we just got to go to the net. And that goalie, I think, gives us a lot of rebounds. So if we can get in the paint, we're gonna get rewarded.
I know Matt said starting faster, starting quicker. Is that the plan, to come out flying, as opposed? I wouldn't say you didn't come out flying last night, but better execution early on.
Of course, we always want to skate hard to start and get the bodies involved, and yeah, that's all we can do.
Listen, you guys are the more desperate team, although it's early. So what's the key to getting the 3 points tonight when you look at facing off against Sacred Heart?
I mean, honestly, I think it starts with the face-off, too. I think last night we were kind of bad on the face-off, so win face-offs, get the puck, control the puck in the O-zone, stay disciplined. I think last night also we got a little out of hand, but yeah, that's all we can do.
Finally, I know he moved Boris from Tyler, so Boris will be up on your line tonight. Talk about that line changes after one game.
I mean, Boris is a really smart player, and he's got a heck of a shot, so we're going to try and feed him and make him score some goals tonight.
Good stuff. All the best to you, Simon. All right, Kevin, that does it here outside the rink here with Simon Isabel. Let's send it back to you.
All right, Johnny, thank you so much. We'll check back with you in just a bit. When Matt Thomas arrived on campus as the Tigers' new head coach, one of his first priorities was filling out his coaching staff. With longtime associate head coach David Salako set to return, Thomas had to review a number of candidates interested in joining the program. But the decision quickly became crystal clear for the 1998 grad and former Tiger captain. Matt Thomas knew he ultimately wanted to keep it in the family, choosing to hire a pair of alums in Shane Matalora and Josh Mitchell.
Mitchell in stride.
Josh Mitchell.
Quick shot, he scores!
And Shane Matalora are two of the most accomplished former Tigers to play during the Division I era.
There's a play, and big save by Matalora.
When the opportunity arose to return to the program's coaching staff this offseason, it was a no-brainer for both.
Back to my experience as a player here, nothing but good things and life-changing experience for sure. And I kind of had a suspicion that one day I would want to be back, and obviously here I am. So I'm excited to be here, and excited. Matt trusted me with the job, and obviously looking forward to the year.
And being at Vermont the last 2 years, kind of always in the back of my head, like, I would love to go back to Rochester and RIT if there ever was an opportunity there. With him coming back and becoming the head coach and the opportunity to have multiple alumni on staff was something that I thought was really cool, and just kind of went after it from there.
Now, with 3 assistants on staff for the first time, the goaltending group will benefit considerably, getting consistent, daily instruction to further their development.
To be able to be here working with them every day has obviously been really important, and obviously the goaltending position is, in my opinion, the most important position on the program, and I'm sure other guys would kind of say the same, where a goalie could at times make or break your team, right? If you don't have a good goalie, it's going to be hard to win games.
Mitchell will work closely with the forwards, and both will be active on the recruiting trail, trying to navigate the challenging new landscape of college athletics.
There's 1,500 players that are available and eligible now, right? And you know, we would need a 2-hour interview to go over the landscape and all that. So navigating it's, you know, just a lot of work, right? Connecting with coaches and agents and players, and it's just a bigger world. And you know, obviously adding, you know, the third assistant helps in that regard, just to kind of navigate it, because there's just so many kids out there now, and it's a new world to a lot of those kids too. So kind of helping them and understanding the process and what RIT is and this and that. So it's time consuming, but you know, it can be rewarding, and
One of them to work with.
it's exciting time.
While recruiting has never been easy, both Mitchell and Matalora certainly know how to sell this program, leaning on their own experiences and the long-standing tradition of success here.
There is a ton of success that the program's had since the inception of it. So it's leaning into kind of, I guess, selling that piece of it, where we know that our program can be successful, it has been successful, and we have a good, clear vision on where this program's going with our staff, and identifying those guys that fit that vision and that want to buy into that vision too.
Talking to both of those guys now as assistant coaches makes you realize I've been here a long time, remembering how successful they were when they were players here on the ice, but certainly great to have them back and as assistant coaches here on Coach Thomas's staff. Meanwhile, after a pair of losses in Boston last weekend against Northeastern, the RIT women's hockey team opened conference play last night down at Robert Morris. Let's show you what happened. We pick up the action in the first period. Colonials on the power play, and it's Emma Godding with the goal to give Robert Morris a 1-0 lead right there after one period of play. It stayed that way until the third. Tigers get a power play of their own, and how about Riley Gramlich getting the equalizer and getting her first collegiate goal? Congratulations, as the Tiger even us up at 1. We'd go to overtime, and just 28 seconds into the extra frame, Jessica McKinnon scores the game winner for Robert Morris. Tough loss for the Tigers as they fall 2-1. As we take a look, despite the overtime loss, RIT does pick up a point in the AHA standings. Robert Morris outshot the Tigers 36-32 on the night. Both teams converted power play opportunities as the Tigers went 1 for 3, RMU went 1 for 4. How about Sophia Belina? Played so well this season in net for RIT. 34 saves last night. Same two teams play tonight down in Moon Township, Pennsylvania, 7 o'clock right here on Flow Hockey. You can watch a doubleheader. The men game at 5, the women at 7. Well, still to come. Here on Pregame Live, John and Jean will join us to share who they think will have a major impact on the outcome of tonight's game. Plus, if you're just joining us, we'll show you how Sacred Heart earned a shutout victory over the Tigers last night. It's all straight ahead on your home for Tiger Hockey. You're watching Pregame Live on the RIT Sports Network.
So Zach Weigel takes his first penalty as a Tiger. Pavich leaving it there from the outside. Trudeau scores! Felix Trudeau, the transfer from Maine, and it's 1-0 Sacred Heart. Catalano gains the zone. Catalano bringing it wide. Cross ice feed, getting it, shot, back down, in front, the backhand. Oh, Gundarov makes the save. Brimmer going in, Brimmer down low, Brimmer cutting to the net, backhand in front, puck pinballing around, shot, laying there, bounces wide. Gundarov's lost his stick in all this, and down the ice it goes.
Boy, numerous opportunities for the Tigers.
As now we're under a minute to go here. Can the Pioneers hold on? Coming ahead, Trudeau. Trudeau centering pass. This could be it. Oh, what a poke check! Big time save by Kuba, and Kuba's coming off. Christopoulos will send it in. One last rush for the Tigers to use the forecheck. 12 seconds remaining.
They're going to freeze it.
Sacred Heart wanted to do that up top. Christopoulos! Oh, and a big-time block by Reed Pavich to save this game as the horn will sound. Oh, the Tigers threw everything at Sacred Heart, and they come up just short here in the home opener.
Yeah, tough loss for the Tigers last night, so Sacred Heart now unbeaten in their last 4 meetings with RIT. Tigers still lead the overall series with a record of 34-19-3, and they still own more conference championships than the Pioneers. Sacred Heart got close in both 04 and 2010. They're hoping to break through with their first title this season. Well, despite last night's 1-0 loss, head coach Matt Thomas was pleased with his team's compete level, saying after the game last night he believes they even took it to another level in the third period. As we bring in John and Gene, and guys, we talked about this last night. If Sacred Heart is truly one of the top teams in Atlantic hockey this season, the Tigers certainly proved from last night's effort that they're going to be a factor as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
John, that was a good start for RIT. We came away, you don't get a point out of it, but your thoughts on what you saw last night?
Well, just they got better. Even talking with Matt moments ago off mic, he felt his team, we both thought they just got better as the game progressed. All right, a little bit of a slow start, got to create more offensive opportunities. We thought coming into this year, offense was going to be difficult. We saw it last night. They just got to generate more grade A looks, and that starts with effort. We saw them compete last night for a full 60 minutes. It's a good start for the Tigers.
Sacred Heart can throw a lot at you, too, as we take a look at our players to watch. First for the visiting Pioneers, number 77, Felix Trudeau, assisting on the only goal last night.
Yeah, he had the assist. He was all over the ice. Good little nugget. He was with the Montreal Canadiens development camp over the summer. I mean, he is a big kid, 6'2", $190, centers that top line. Just a great playmaker, always around the puck. So that top line was dynamite last night, and it starts with trying to slow down number 77, the transfer from Maine.
And for the RIT Tigers, Tyler Mahan buzzing around, doing what he does. New line mates tonight, John.
Yeah, a new line mate. Matt says he loves that energy that he brings, so he'll bring that line. He'll bring that energy down to the third line. Boris Scallos will now jump up to the top line. It's kind of inject some life into both lines. So he thinks it's not a demotion. It's to give a little more punch to that third line. And with Boris Gallos, he thinks it'll be a better fit with Isabel and Catalano. But there you see Tyler Mahan. He does not know anything slower than a fifth gear. Man, this dude is all over the ice. He's fun to watch.
Kevin, as we send it back to you, see if the Tigers can get the weekend split here, get the 3 points here this afternoon.
Yeah, with nobody else playing so far in the league, it would be big for the Tigers, guys. Thanks so much. We'll look forward to the call at the top of the hour. When we return here on Pregame Live, we'll tell you how you can get your hands on one of the hottest tickets in town for next weekend. That is next. You're watching Pregame Live on the RIT Sports Network. Back here on Pregame Live tonight marks the final regular season meeting between these two programs, although there is a chance they could meet in Ireland next month in either the consolation or championship game of the Friendship 4 in Belfast. We are back with you live next Saturday night from the Blue Cross Arena in downtown Rochester, the highlight of Brick City. Homecoming and family weekend as the Tigers will face Clarkson, a team that just split 2 games with Penn State. Our coverage begins that night, 6:30 with Pregame Live, followed by Face-Off at 7:05 right here exclusively on Flow Hockey. Of course, Wayne Wilson will be back in town to be inducted into the RIT Hall of Fame. He will join us live on Pregame Live next week. If you can join us downtown, we strongly suggest you do. It is a scene each year, and every year tickets go fast, and they're going fast once again. It usually sells out. You can get your tickets next Saturday's RIT Clarkson game right now by visiting RITtickets.com. Well, that'll do it for Pregame Live tonight. Can the Tigers earn a split and pick up a big 3 points in the AHA standings here tonight? Gene and John will have the call, and I'll see you back here for the intermission report. Until then, enjoy the game. RIT Sacred Heart is next on the RIT Sports Network.